Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for August the 1st. It's tariff day. Well, let's get straight into it. One for Goodwood, 5 races, and it's heavy ground. I think it's quite interesting because I don't think there's going to be any more rain until Saturday now. But what I do think is, I think the draw advantage on Saturday will be probably straight down the middle. I know they've been coming to the, I don't know what it's classed as, I think they call it stand side because of the rain. But what you'll find is it'll become more and more churned up. So they've been avoiding the, let's call it inside rail. Then they've been avoiding them. Now the rains come, they've come to the other side of the track. I just think come Saturday, if you've got something that can lie up with the pace that likes bad ground, I think you've got a good chance of getting a place. And I think there's probably going to be some decent prices available on Saturday in the Stewards Cup. However, let's get on to Friday. So I'm briefly going to, I haven't really got time for a video, so I'm literally going to talk you through the horses really briefly. So 5 selections, I'm probably going to have a small each way bet on each single, and then what is it, lucky 31 each way. Not too big a stakes, what, 50 pence each single, and then 20 pence each way, lucky 31. Probably about 12, 13 quid. First selection is Sheridan. Well, I don't know how you can kick this out the first, whatever they're paying. I think it's first 4. It loves soft ground, stays a distance. Ian Williams was extremely shrewd. Um, what I will say is, and I am going to have this bet, I am going to have a forecast because there's so many in this race that I'm not convinced handles the ground. I also think, although I've tried to find horses that don't race towards the rear because I think on this heavy ground you can get lost. I think you need to race not too far away from the pace, but you've got to be able to stay, and it's got to be a sensible pace. Otherwise, it doesn't matter how close you are to the pace. If it's too quick, you're going to flounder. So Sheridan, it tends to race mid-division, no worse than that, and I think it's got every chance. But I will be having it in a reverse forecast with Ian Williams' other horse. I think it's Zinc White, which is interesting because it's not in as good a form as this horse. However, it's a shorter price, which is always like alarm bells for me, but positive alarm bells. The second selection is Star Anthem in the 230 at Goodwood. Too big a price in my opinion. I think it's Clive Cox and Ross Orion. Not sure. I'm not exact. I do think it's gradually running into a better form, and I think it could be potentially well handicapped. There's a lot of horses where there's too many question marks, and I think it's got a chance. The third selection is Kurdos in the 5+3 at Goodwood. I've literally gone for this because it ran a cracker when I backed it at Royal Ascot. I think it wasn't last time, it was a time before when it came 5th by a short head at 50 to 1. When they were paying out first 4, I'm short with this horse. Um, Even if it isn't, I backed it anyway. The fourth horse is extremely interesting. It's Logie Bear in the 420 at Goodwood. I think this horse could possibly be dying to be stepped up in distance. So I never ran over 6 furlongs and 7 furlongs. Um, and I just think it's very interesting that this horse is entering a more competitive race and being stepped up. I think it's actually run over 7.5. I'm not sure, but I think that extra half a furlong or furlong, if it hasn't, and this soft ground will be absolutely ideal for it. And it's a huge prize. I say huge prize. I think I saw something like, did I see 50s? I might be wrong with that. Tell you what, let's double check, but let's just go through the last horse, Madawi. In the 455 at Goodwood. It's Charlie Johnston. It ran, or it will have ran, 2 days ago. Every single run it's ran so far, every single run it's ran so far has got better and better. I'm just thinking this very fast or very quick reappearance could. It's extremely fit, and you're going to have to be extremely fit in this heavy ground. Charlie Johnston's horses, or Mark Johnson's horses, are generally renowned for wanting fast ground. So I'm going against the curb. So let's quickly get on to 420 at Goodwood, and I shall tell you. I'm sure it's a big price. I seem to have 14s in my head, as in like I've got it wrong, but I'm sure it was 40s. It's there, look, 14s, but it has been 20s. So we'll see. But I'm not taking any of the prices, as you can see. So hopefully we get a better price on the day. But all of them are decent prices, apart from Sheridan, which is about 8s, I think. All the rest are much bigger than that, I do believe. So I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. There's going to be a bumper Saturday, by the way. Cheers.